Hey, what's going on, Paris family? I hope you all are well. I'm recording this video to give you a quick update as to where we are with the book. So, just a quick overview of where we started. I believe we started this process a number of weeks ago with the manuscript that Miss Natasia put together. I think it was called Letters at the time, and the content was already there. This young lady has a message for the young ladies of the world, and the DNA of that book was already in place. What we were able to do in the ensuing weeks, though, we were able to take that core and refine it, put it through the refining fires to the point where we were able to get to where we arrived a few days ago, making Miss Natasia Paris the latest author. Matter of fact, 50-year-old author, probably one of the few out there in the nation. So we worked really, really hard. I was able to help Natasia with refining that book title, trying to come up with a book title, an iconic book title that would be timeless and that would communicate not just her knowledge and her experience, but almost a movement, initiate a movement for other young ladies. So I came up with She Radiates. We batted it back and forth. Natasia liked it. We also worked together on the subtitle. A lot of the subtitle Natasia was able to come up with, and I just sort of wordsmithed the words for you guys. But working together, we came up with a killer, dynamite reframing of this book. So we took what was in that initial concept of letters, and we kept that concept. Each of the chapters is still a standalone letter to the young ladies of this nation, the young ladies of this world. But we sort of enveloped all of that in this new positioning that now allows us to almost place Natasia Paris as a leader of this new movement for young women, helping young women to overcome insecurities, celebrate quirks, and to know that they are enough. So with all of that, along with the book editing, the book cover design in collaboration with my graphic artist as well as your graphic artist, and finally, very important, I also worked on optimizing the book listing. That was key for the bestseller launch. We'll talk about that momentarily. But making sure that the book wasn't just thrown onto Amazon in just any random category, but actually using my software to do market research and find categories that are relevant to the book, but also that gave us a fighter's chance at getting onto the best-selling list for that category. That's what I was able to bring to bear with my efforts. And so we were able to get young Miss Natasia Paris published author. Congratulations again. What we've been working on today, though, is taking her from a published author to a best-selling author. And so I initiated an author boost campaign. What does that mean? That essentially includes optimizing the book categories, so figuring out what category to best place her in. I talked about that on the previous slide. I initially had her in a couple of categories. Amazon lets you pick 2 categories for every book. I had her in 2 categories, but over the weekend, I was looking at them, and they were looking perhaps like they were going to be not quite the best. They wouldn't give us the best chance at hitting the bestseller list in those categories. And so I did some more research and really optimized to get us in a better place, to get us running a better race, essentially. I also did the book campaign strategy and planning. So figuring out how we would get those book sales on the first day of launch. I set up my marketing ads so that we'd be able to promote this book heavily and get those sales coming in pretty quickly on launch day. And then finally, I went ahead and initiated those campaigns today on launch day. All of this was in conjunction, of course, with the launch plan that we've been executing, that you all have been executing in the Excellent Families community. So putting together a book launch team. I love how you were able to pull together 20-something odd people in just about a day or so. That was phenomenal. And then getting those folks to leave reviews. I think we have a couple of them that have left reviews thus far. We're hoping to get to about 5 to 10 reviews. But notwithstanding, the launch promotion has still gone ahead. So you guys have also announced it in Excellent Families in the Facebook community. But I've also been pushing super hard on my end as well. Now, let's define, before we look at the results thus far, let's define what this best-selling author campaign is and what it is not. This is important for everybody to sort of have an understanding. The campaign is meant to provide a jump start for your book. It's meant to create powerful positioning for Natasha as an authority on this topic, right? Helping young ladies overcome insecurities and celebrate each other. But it is not a long-term book marketing campaign. It will not generate a ton of sales and a ton of royalties. So we want to make sure that we're clear on the purpose of this particular campaign. The book is live on Amazon, and it's an evergreen book. So you will have the opportunities to continue to drive traffic from the Excellent Families community or from other communities, guest blogging, podcasting, even paid advertisements. You'll be able to use tons of different methods to sell books, especially live events. Selling physical copies of the book at live events, I think will do very well for Natasha. But this particular campaign is to give that jump start, to create that powerful positioning, and to make her a best-selling author on Amazon.com in one of their categories. Okay, let's take a look at the results thus far. So I've been promoting this since about 10 a.m. Eastern today, which is October 9th, Monday. And now keep in mind there are probably about 20 million books in the Amazon Kindle store right now. She Radiates by Natasha Paris is ranked number 10,849. I've got to tell you, it's very hard to get close to that 10,000 and under mark. Natasha is right there at 10,849. She's currently the #1 book in teen and young adult / personal health. She's the #2 book in Kindle short reads for teens and young adults. She's the #2 book in teens and young adults / social issues for girls and women. And so let me be the first to officially announce and congratulate 15-year-old Natasha Paris, the latest Amazon.com #1 bestseller. Congratulations. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of the book that you've put together. I'm proud of the heart that went into this book, and I can't wait for you to get out there, start speaking, start selling books at your events, and start changing lives. Congratulations. She Radiates is an Amazon.com #1 bestseller. And you can see it here if we drill down into some of the categories that the book is featured in. You can see here She Radiates is #1 in this category. This is teen and young adult personal health. It's beating out a Bernie Sanders book. Bernie Sanders is in #4 right now. So yes, Natasha Paris is selling more books as of right now anyway than Bernie Sanders. Now that could change in the next few hours, but right now Natasha is outselling Bernie Sanders. And there's more. Natasha is this is the Bernie Sanders one. She's also listed as one of the hot new releases in Canada. One of the hot new releases in Canada under children's emotions and feelings. Let's take a look at some of the other categories. In this category is teen and young adult self-esteem and self-reliance issues. It's teen and young adult self-esteem and self-reliance issues. She Radiates is a bestseller in this category. Check this out though. Beating out Sean Covey, the son of Stephen Covey. The late Stephen Covey, he wrote The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. His son has picked up the mantle and continues to write New York best-selling books in this 7 Habits series. and he has one out now, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. This is a workbook. Natasha Paris is outselling Sean Covey right now. And there's more. If you look further down the list, number 7 on this list, How to Win Friends and Influence People for Teen Girls. Mom and Pop Paris will probably recognize that title. How to Win Friends and Influence People has been a classic self-development book for goodness, many decades. That book, the original book, was written by Dale Carnegie. This book for teen girls is written by his daughter, Donna Dale Carnegie. Natasha Paris is outselling the daughter of Dale Carnegie right now at this hour on Amazon.com, and outselling the son of Stephen Covey as well. Pretty darn impressive. Congratulations again, Miss Natasha Paris, best-selling author, 15 years old. Now let's maximize this achievement, people. Let's go. Let's maximize this. Here's what you want to do. Here are your next steps. And you could do this today. You could do it tomorrow. It's up to you. The first thing you want to do is announce it on social media. I will send you these screen captures, these images from Amazon.com, so that you can use those as you please. You could also go to Amazon.com directly, go to the book listing, and grab those screen captures yourself. But I'll send you the images for your convenience. At some point in the near future, in the next day or two, you'll also want to update whatever biographies, whatever bios Natasha has, whether that's online or in media kits, to indicate that she is an Amazon.com best-selling author. This new authority is going to allow Natasha to get more interviews on podcasts. It will allow her to get more speaking engagements. She will not only have a book in hand, we're going to work on getting the physical book into her hands very shortly. So she'll not only present herself as a published author, but she will also be seen as a best-selling author. That is a status that most human beings never attain. So I really want to congratulate you again. Very proud of your accomplishment. Let me know what questions I can answer for you guys. And I'm very excited. Thanks for the opportunity to work with you. I'm looking forward to being of further assistance to the Paris family. Let's go, people. Let's go.